We're tracking some storms for us, like some of those storms Owen mentioned, but can we expect rain to come to the fire tonight?
Yeah, it's been actively raining on the fire, and rain on an active fire is great news. However, that does come with the risk of food, and it remains in place until 7 p.m. So here is the green box here. It essentially covers the southern 2/3 of the burn area, and we've had some really heavy rainfall recently between Rye and Colorado City. So there is concerns for debris flow and runoff in these burned areas, specifically some of the creeks that could be seeing some runoff now in this heavy rain zone would be the Upper Greenhorn Creek, Muddy Creek, and the St. Charles River. And then there's also Beckwith Reservoir, which is between Colorado City and Rye, that could have some of that drainage. And for a burn like this, it's not a matter of if there will be runoff and debris flow, it just is a matter of how severe it will be and what kind of damage is done to infrastructure. Good news is that most folks are still evacuated, so there's not many people in harm's way other than fire crews, and fire crews have been well advised of the
Team has been talking about today's flash flooding risk. What can you tell us about that?
So with the flash flood warning over the burn scar right now this afternoon, it does pose a high risk of debris flow. So News 5 meteorologist Lauren Brand explains why we have that risk. Air activity this afternoon, a lot of the activity has been in this zone here from our Pueblo sky cam where it is actively raining. So if you've been doing your rain dance, it is working. We're getting rainfall on an active fire, and this is going to help so much. However, there is that risk of flash flooding in the fire zone. The main risk for this would be to working fire crews. They have radios and emergency alerts. They are ready and prepared for these flash flood warnings, but also we could see infrastructure damage from ash and debris flow coming off of the really hotly burned, scorched areas, which will easily see runoff if not already. So something new today is this flash flood watch for the burn scar has been also expanded to tomorrow afternoon from noon until 8 o'clock. So we do have an active flash flood warning in place for the burn scar. We've had rain from San Isabel to Beulah and some really heavy rainfall between Rye and Colorado City. So at this point, it does appear that most of the burn scar has gotten rainfall. Now, this doesn't cover the entire burn scar. I would not be surprised now that it's raining on the north side of the fire zone that this flash flood warning gets expanded northward. I'll check with the National Weather Service on that. But for now, it just covers basically from Beulah southward, and that warning remains in place until 7 o'clock. So we're filling in nicely with showers and thunderstorms in Pueblo County, slow-moving, rain-producing storms with gusty wind. And we also have a line of pretty strong storms in the eastern plains. So La Junta, the airport, earlier this afternoon gusted to 78 miles per hour from a very strong storm there. We have one severe thunderstorm warning in southeastern Kiowa County for half-dollar-sized hailstones and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So there is a severe weather risk in the eastern plains with hail up to ping pong ball size and wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour. So that will expire at 8 o'clock tonight. We have these storms slowly but surely moving eastward here this afternoon. Most of this activity should be wrapping up by sunset, moving into Kansas. Tonight will be partly cloudy, and we're going to keep the thunderstorm chances in place tomorrow. So we'll have another flash flood watch for the burn scar. There is another risk of strong to severe storms east of I-25 on Thursday afternoon. So they will be hit or miss, kind of like today. But if you do get a storm, do expect to have gusty wind, maybe some hail, and heavy rainfall from slow moving thunderstorm activity. Warning at the Aspen Acres burn scar for about 2 hours now, and so let's go straight to radar. And heaviest precipitation has fallen so far between Rye and Colorado City, but almost the entirety of the burn area has received rainfall today. That is good news in and of itself. However, we have these flash flood warnings now for both sections of the fire zone, the southern section until 7 p.m., northern section until 8:30. This does pose a risk for runoff and debris flow. So fire crews in the area certainly are seeking shelter and are aware of the ongoing situation here. And then infrastructure could be damaged with the runoff and debris flow happening. So right now, those showers have moved out of the burn area. We're still getting plenty of shower activity throughout Pueblo County. And as a whole across our region, we do have these scattered showers filling in for El Paso County. Light shower activity at this time. Got a couple of stronger storms I'm watching in the southeastern plains. So we do have a severe thunderstorm watch in place for earlier today in Pueblo. We had the fire activity here in the distance. You could see smoke plumes all throughout the Aspen Acres fire zone, and then quickly clouds overtook, and now since then rain has just covered the entire county. So instead of a large smoke plume obscuring the view in Pueblo, we have rainfall, and this is great news. We need rain on this fire, and it has happened today. And to put a cherry on top, we do have a rainbow tonight in Canyon City. So yes, rain is good news, but that does come with another threat. Burn scars are highly susceptible to flash flooding. Ash and debris can very quickly and easily run off of these burned areas and create hazards for fire crews working the fire, as well as potentially damaging infrastructure, roads, bridges, potentially any homes in the path of debris. So there are active flash flood warnings in place for the entirety of the burn scar. Wednesday at 7 p.m. is when this one expires. Wednesday 8:30 p.m. is when this northern section expires. It's going to take some time for the rain that moved through to fully drain into creeks and rivers. So we do still have some light to moderate rain in Pueblo County tonight, some light rain showers northern El Paso County, northern Teller County, and a couple of thunderstorms in the eastern plains. Right now, no severe warnings in our area, but we still have a severe thunderstorm watch until 8 o'clock. Earlier today, a strong storm moved through La Junta. The La Junta airport gusted to 78 miles per hour. So we still have a flash flood watch in place tonight for the Aspen Acres fire. That doesn't really matter now because there is an active warning through the expiration of this. But tomorrow, this will be still in place with a flash flood watch Thursday from noon until 8. So for this evening, these scattered showers will continue their eastward movement, slow eastward movement at that, and they'll dissipate here through the evening. Then we'll start the day with some clouds on Thursday, and we'll do it again. Thursday afternoon, scattered showers and thunderstorms will pop up, slowly drift eastward. We're going to have a risk of strong to severe storms east of I-25 with hail and strong wind gusts as a likelihood. And then, of course, that lingering flash flood threat at the Aspen Acres fire.
Brian, Alex, we are weather alert for storms in the area. I know we've been talking about flash flooding. Could this cause issues or really just help get this fire under control?
Well, it's both. Rain on an active fire is amazing news.
Yeah.
This is what we want. The northern section until 8:30. Now, of course, the vast majority of folks are still evacuated from the fire zone, but fire crews are still on site. So they have been warned of the incoming rain and the flash flood potential, but there could also be some damage associated with runoff from ash, debris, and mud coming downhill into the creeks and waterways in this region. So there is a hazard here for too much rain. Now, through town, the rain has moved out of the Aspen Acres fire zone for now. There's still potential for more tomorrow. So other than these, we have a couple of thunderstorms approaching Lamar, moving out of Eads.
Exactly should we know about that tonight?
Right, so with that flash flood alert in place, the risk is definitely there. So News 5 meteorologist Lauren Brand joins us now to explain the science behind why it's a risk. Clouds retreating away from the Aspen Acres fire from our Canyon City Skycam. I do want to point out that there still is smoke on the horizon, so it's not just going to be one shower that puts out this fire. In fact, not every single part of the fire did get rainfall today. Some of the active burn zones on the west side of the fire really didn't get much other than a sprinkle. But a lot of the fire area did get some rainfall today. Specifically, it was nice to see that on the north side of the fire, which has still remained quite active. We've had heavy rain between Rye and Colorado City, but there is concern here. Rain is, of course, good, but flash flooding is very easily occurring at burn areas, especially really scorched zones. The soil becomes hydrophobic, so you can easily see runoff of ash, mud, debris from the burned vegetation. So there are flash flood warnings in this green box here. This one is until 7 for the north part of the fire. That's until 8:30 tonight. It's going to take some time for runoff to fully happen. And as far as current conditions, there's no active rain falling at the fire. Those showers have moved through Pueblo County now. We got a couple showers, very spotty, in El Paso County, and a nice batch of thunderstorms moving into Lamar. They look pretty tame for now, but of course there's plenty of lightning, so make sure you're staying indoors if you can hear the thunder. Severe thunderstorm watch is in place until 8 o'clock for the eastern plains. We had a very strong storm move through La Junta earlier this afternoon. The La Junta airport gusted to 78 miles per hour. We'll have another flash flood watch for the Aspen Acres burn scar tomorrow. The one tonight will expire right around the same time that the warning does. For Thursday, this will be in place from noon until 8 because more rain is coming. For tonight, showers will gradually push themselves eastward and they'll be out of our area between about 8 to 10. And then starting the day tomorrow, we'll have some clouds. It'll be another warm afternoon. That heat will help to build the thunderstorms. They'll be once again quite hit or miss, but Thursday thunderstorms do look to be slow moving, providing beneficial rainfall to our region. Unfortunately, the eastern plains could get a couple of stronger storms as well, with hail and some stronger wind gusts. And of course, lightning would be a threat through the entire region, and it's really just at the Aspen Acres burn scar that we're concerned about flash flooding. Storms will be very typical timing on Thursday from afternoon through the early evening. Our temperatures will fall to the 50s and 60s tonight, tomorrow.
Tonight, Alex, any more weather that you're expecting could help these firefighters out?
Yeah, we're going to get a couple more rounds of storms for Thursday and Friday.
Great.
So levitation and more of these green spots is over ½ inch of rainfall. So it was a good day to see these scattered showers and storms overlaying the fire perimeter on the radar estimated rainfall today. The heaviest rain fell between Rye and Colorado City. A good portion of the fire at least got a little bit of precipitation. We also had a nice round of rain for the north side of the fire, which is certainly good news because it has been quite an active zone. West side of the fire, not as much rainfall, but there's still chances of rain even tonight in some spots. Now, currently, we just have some light precipitation into the eastern plains, but there is some shower activity moving in from the mountains. So some of that light rain could make it as far east as the Aspen Acres fire here into the overnight hours, but likely just as light rain. Heavier precipitation likely tomorrow, bringing yet again another flash flood risk. We've been so dry and we've had such a light precipitation summer so far. So thunderstorm activity was pretty widespread across the region today. We had a very strong storm move through La Junta earlier this afternoon. The airport gusted to 78 miles per hour. A couple of strong storms in the eastern plains. And of course, we also had the rain over at the Aspen Acres fire. Of course, rain on an active fire is very beneficial, but unfortunately this does come with a flash flood risk as well, as burn scars are very susceptible for runoff and debris flow of the ash. So as far as radar goes tonight, we have some showers in the eastern plains. some light precipitation between Ordway and La Junta, and I am watching this batch of showers starting to move in from the mountains. We are looking to tomorrow with another flash flood risk for the Aspen Acres burn scar. The flash flood watch is in place from noon until 8. Now again, most of the fire zone is evacuated still. So the highest risk for these flash flood warnings would be to working fire crews and infrastructure in the area if there is any debris flow or mud flow. Our future cast for tonight shows those few showers starting to dissipate in the plains. However, the activity moving in from the mountains could give us some light precipitation, mostly along I-25 and west of I-25 into the early morning hours of Thursday. Otherwise, we'll start off with some clouds in the morning, and then we'll have enough sunshine to warm us up back to the 80s and 90s, and then we'll do it again in the afternoon. Widely scattered showers and thunderstorms, hit and miss in nature, but those who do see a storm could see heavy rainfall, some strong wind gusts, and maybe even some hail. The hail would be more likely into the eastern plains. We could even see a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings again into areas east of I-25. So then on Friday, we'll have another round of showers and storms likely. We'll start the day nice and clear. By lunchtime, those storms form in the higher terrain and along I-25, and then they'll drift eastward through the plains, once again with a risk of severe weather, mostly east of I-25. The good news about our wind flow right now is it's